I mean, can we at least try to unify America rather than just divide? Welcome back to the show. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get to it. First topic, Trump announced that he recently got an MRI while at Walter Reed Hospital. Go ahead, roll the clip.
The readout for Walter Reed mentioned advanced medical imaging. Did you get an MRI? Can you tell us what that was?
I did. I got an MRI. It was perfect. Yeah. I mean, I gave you the full results. We had an MRI, and in the machine, the whole thing, and it was perfect. Yeah.
Can you say what in particular they were?
You could ask the doctors. In fact, we have doctors traveling with us, but I think they gave you a very conclusive. Nobody has ever given you reports like I gave you. And if I didn't think it was going to be good, either I would let you know negatively, I wouldn't run, I'd do something, but the doctor said some of the best reports for the age, some of the best reports they've ever seen.
Yeah, that is pretty interesting how he just kind of floated that out there, how he got a courtesy MRI while at Walter Reed Hospital. I mean, people don't really just get MRIs for nothing, It could be anything, shoulder, knee, the guy golfs a lot, maybe his body's breaking down a little bit. I doubt it's anything sort of mental or, cognitive decline like Biden. Everybody's like, oh my God, Trump's getting MRIs, he's in terrible condition, and they're trying to hide his condition. Listen, they tried to hide Biden's cognitive decline that anybody with half a brain could see, right? So if Trump's trying to hide something minuscule, I don't care. Now, if it's some sort of cognitive decline, then yeah, that's a little alarming. But I don't really think it's a big problem. I think everything's going to be fine. But all right, let's get to the next topic here. Biden is claiming these are dark days under Trump. Go ahead, roll the clip.
Friends, I can't sugarcoat any of this. These are dark days, but we're one of the only countries in the world that time and again has come out of every crisis we faced stronger than we went into that crisis. Every one. And after half a century of watching this, sometimes moved to the brink before finding our true compass again, I still believe we'll emerge, as we always have. Stronger, wiser, more resilient, more just. So long as we keep the faith, remember who in God's name we are.
Yeah, does anybody have any clue what he just said? I mean, we know he has no clue what he just said. I heard dark days and everything else was pretty much a wash, but this is just an absolute joke. The dark days came under Biden's presidency. The whole 4 years was basically America on life support, and we had no clue if we were even going to have a country after those 4 years. Certainly, if Kamala won, we knew America would cease to exist in 2028 to the next election, but yeah, I mean, this whole dark days crap, can the person writing the guy's speeches and putting the speech up on the teleprompter at least write a more unifying speech? I mean, can we at least try to unify America rather than just divide every single time from the Democrats? I mean, my Lord, let's get it going to where we're actually trying to have a semblance of one great America once again. But all right, let's get to the next topic here. Jasmine Crockett is calling into question Donald Trump's IQ. Roll the clip.
Listen, I'm waiting on a reporter, and maybe it'll be you, Caitlin, that finally ask him what is his IQ, because he is constantly talking about, he doesn't even know what a low IQ is. He don't even know which scores are low. And I can guarantee you that whatever score, if he's taken one anytime recently, I'm sure that his qualifies as low. Listen, he's never been known to be an Einstein. This is not a guy who got in on merit when it came to going to college. This is someone who, but for him being born with a silver spoon, probably wouldn't have got into anybody's institution, unlike me. So, I am not worried about that. And I wish people would look at the fact that you have a president of the United States who consistently is obsessing over two women of color that are members of the House. You are the president. You have a lot more power than we do, but obviously you consistently feel threatened. And that is why we have seen, the attacks on black women in general from this administration. I don't know what black woman hurt him in his past, honey, but it is really taking him through it. But I really wish, for the sake of this country and honestly for the sake of the world, that he would focus on his real job and stop worrying about me. My constituents will worry about whether or not I have an adequate IQ, even though that's not the test that he's taking. And it's up to them to decide. It's not him. He can't hire me or fire me, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, come on. Is there any question who has the higher IQ? If there's anybody out there who thinks Jasmine Crockett has a higher IQ than Donald Trump, then they need to get their IQ checked. I mean, it's just funny that Trump will say anything to trigger the libs, and everybody says, like, oh, God, the guy has such thin skin, he can't handle anything. The guy can handle a lot more than the Democrats can handle coming back at them from Trump. So it's just like, that is a high IQ thing. When you know how to troll people and you know just how to get people pissed off and just talking about stupid crap that you want them to talk about to distract them from what's really going on, or just to destroy a political party too, because that takes a lot of IQ to be able to get their own political party to destroy themselves. But all right, let's get to the next topic here. Charlie Sheen is calling out the NFL, claiming they need to figure out the halftime show over this Bad Bunny fiasco. Roll the clip.
I mean, there's one show on television that still works. Football.
Yeah.
Everything else on broadcast television is a disaster.
They got to figure out the halftime show.
What?
The Super Bowl needs to figure out the halftime show.
What do you mean figure out?
Figure out, like, just you know, deliver something that the diehard fans really want, as far as musically.
So you am I taking this as sort of a backhanded slight to Bad Bunny?
Yeah, I mean, there's bands, there's acts, there's just people that I think are more germane to the experience of the game, of that moment, of that particular game. It's the biggest game in the universe that's played.
Yeah, I agree.
And I just feel like it.
And I'm sure Mr. Bunny is wonderful. I mean, it's a reflection on me that I don't know his work as well as I can. But I'm of a different era. I was hoping the halftime show would be Eddie Rabbit.
I mean, that I'm watching because we both. Yeah, I mean.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy is totally right. When the NFL is choosing somebody to perform at the halftime show of the Super Bowl, they need to choose somebody at least all of America has heard at least a couple of their songs. I don't even care what genre it is. I mean, a couple years ago in LA, they did that whole Rap Legends thing. That was pretty cool. Why? Because everybody had heard a bunch of those songs, right? So whether it's country, rock and roll, I don't care. At least make it somebody who all of America has heard and knows and like can at least enjoy some of their songs. This is basically Bad Bunny. They're throwing Latinos a bone in Latin America, like, oh yeah, you've been real scrutinized lately and you've been facing just so much turmoil under this new administration, Trump's administration, that they're basically throwing them a bone. And listen, I know Bad Bunny's popular, but you know, what 70% of America has no clue who the guy is if you really broke it down. So yeah, just figure it out. Choose somebody for the Super Bowl who everybody knows. Kendrick Lamar last year, terrible pick. Most of America has no clue who the guy is, and most of America has not heard one song, and nobody cares if he's got a diss track on Drake, right? So choose somebody good, choose somebody well-known, choose somebody with a lot of hits. Very easy, NFL. But all right, that's it for today. Be sure to like, subscribe, and we'll be seeing you.